All right, friends, in this video topic, again we'll discuss a conversion concept, and that is how to convert our checkout HTML page to checkout component file. Let's go back to editor. Inside last video, we had seen the concept that how to convert our cart HTML page to the headless cart component. So before creating this checkout component or using our HTML layout, let's go back to browser first. So this is our headless store. Here we have the landing page, and this landing page we had converted using our home HTML to home component. Let's click on this products here. So we can see that here we have the product layout, and this is coming from product component. If I click on any of the product title, so here we have the single product layout, and this is handled using single product component file. And finally, inside last video, we had done the conversion of cards page that was HTML to card component. Now this time we have to work and we have to handle our checkout HTML to checkout component file. So for example, if I click on this button called checkout, now this time we can see that inside this file right now we have only a static message called hello checkout. So to create the layout of this checkout component, what basically we have to do, let's go back to a GitHub repository called github.com/OWT hub. Then I will click on this repositories. Then next I will click on this repository called headless store HTML files. And then here inside all these files list, let's see a file called checkout.html. And inside this checkout.html, here we have lots of HTML code. So what basically we have to do, this layout like this HTML should come in place of this static message. So let's copy all this code by click on this copy icon button. So code copied. Let's go back to editor. Then I will go into src folder, pages folder, and here we have our checkout component. Now next let's remove this h1 element that was static message. Let's paste all those HTML code. Now next we have to do some formatting. So I'll close this form tag. Let's go and do so successfully. We have formatted this HTML. Now next we have to go and replace this class keyword with the class name. So simply I'll select this class keyword equals to double quotes control C pressing control H. Now this time I want to replace this class keyword with this class name. Click on this button. Now successfully we have replaced all these occurrences. So if I go, let's verify. So class name, so all things are replaced. So if I save all these changes, let's go back to browser, and if I go, and now we can see that inside this checkout page, let's go to cart page, click on this checkout button, and here instead of that static message hello checkout, now here we have the complete checkout form. Inside this checkout form, we can see that here we have a form to pass the first name, last name, address, and all the informations where the product will be delivered. So if I go and click on inspect, go to console tab, so we can see that here we have some error and it is asking that okay. If I go and reload, so we can see that also the for is keyword inside React, so we have to replace the for attribute of HTML with HTML for keyword. Let's go back to editor. So we can see that inside this label tag, here we have the for attribute and for is a keyword. So what basically we have to do, this for we have to replace with HTML for. So here, let's copy this for equals to double quotes control C control H. So this will be replaced with this HTML for. Go and replace all these occurrences. Save these changes, all replaced now. And if I go, let's reload, and now we can see that there is no error inside console, and here we have the checkout form. So now next what we have to do, simply we have to handle this form by using the concept of state management, so that whenever in future if I will use the WooCommerce API, so whenever if I click on this button called place order, so we have to pass all these informations, like we have to send all these informations by using WooCommerce APIs to WooCommerce database. So now next after this, I will start the concept to manage this HTML form by using the concept of states management. Let's go back to editor. Then I will go at the top of this file. So here, let's say const, let's say form data Or we may say, let's say checkout data. Let's say set checkout data. And here, let's say use state. And in this form, like HTML form, we have the properties like the first name, last name. So here, let's say first name, initially it is blank. Let's say last name, initially it is also blank. Then here we have for the address. So for address, it is empty. Then here for the city. Now next we want something for state. Then here for the postcode or zip code. Then here we want country, email and phone. So country, email, and after email, I want for the phone number. So successfully, now next what we have to do, these properties should match with the name attribute of each input field. So for first name, let's remove and let's call it as first name. Then here we have the last name. Then I will go to this address. It will be address. Then here for the city is okay, state is okay, postcode is also okay, country, email, and phone is also okay. And also we don't need this ID attribute, so let's remove from this HTML input fields. And here we have two more, so it has been removed from this address. Then here we have from the last name and first name. Then after I'll go into this first input type and here let's say on change event, and then inside this on change I will pass the event name, so let's call it as handle on change input. So simply let's copy this handle on change input. Let's copy this complete code. Then I'll go to this last name, put here address, then here for the city, then here for the state value like postcode, let's say country, email, and finally for the phone number. And one more thing, also we want an attribute over each input field like value. So here, let's say value, and inside value, curly pairs because we are using the concept of states management. So checkout data dot phone, because this is an object. If I go to this state variable, so checkout data is in a state variable, and inside this state variable here we have all these properties what basically we have initialized. So here we have the phone property. So here checkout data dot phone. Then here for email, let's say value checkout data dot email. Let's copy this value attribute. Then I'll go here. Let's checkout data dot country. Then here for the postcode, so checkout data dot postcode. Then here for the state, so checkout data dot state. Then here for city dot city. Then here for address, so checkout data dot address. And we want two more, that is for the last name, so it will be last name. And here we have for the first name. Then after, let's copy this event handler name. Then I will go here. So first let's close this one. Now here, let's say const function name like event handler name. Then I will go here. Let's pass event object. So whenever if I type anything inside any of the input field, what basically we want to update, like we want to first get that value, like what I typed inside this input boxes. So first we have to get that value and update that value inside this each property of this state variable. So for example, if suppose I pass or I type any value inside this first name, so after reading each value of this input box, simply we have to get and put the value inside this first name of this state variable. So here, let's say const curly pairs to destructure name. Here we have the value equals to event dot target. Then after I'll use like set checkout data our state manager. Then I'll go here. Let's pass previous form data. And here let's pass previous form data. And here let's say name. And here we have the value. So it means whenever if I type inside any of the input fields, simply we have to get date value like that value as simply we have to put inside that property of this state variable. So this is the concept. And last thing, what basically we have to do, let's go inside form tag. So here it will be on submit, let's say handle, checkout, submit. Let's copy this function name. Then I will go here, let's say const, handle checkout submit event. And here I don't want to reload our page. So first thing first, let's event dot prevent default. And then after for the time being, if I go and console.log all the values of that state variable to the console, so it will be checkout data. And finally, I want that like whenever if the form submitted, all these input boxes will be empty. So here, let's pass checkout data like such checkout data. And I want to empty each value, each input of that form. So simply let's copy the empty value and put it here. Save these changes. So if I go, let's reload, inspect here, go to console tab. Now let's pass some value. So here, sample, sample city, then sample state, something dummy zip code, sample country, sample email value, and sample phone number. So once we pass all these values, click on place order. And now you can see that form has been empty. But here inside this object, we have like each property, like what value we have passed, each value. Now inside this each property of that state variable object. So successfully in the next video, whenever if I use the concept of WooCommerce APIs to store the checkout data, to store the billing informations of user. So while calling that API, simply we have to send this object value, which is going to contain all about the informations of that user. Simply we have to go and send to that API, and that API will save all these informations inside a WordPress database. So successfully in this video, now we have one more conversion topic, and that is how to convert our checkout HTML page to checkout component. So for this interesting course, interesting video, please hit the like button to like this video, subscribe to this channel. Now let's meet to our next amazing video. So for this video session, guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.